did the workout twice yesterday.
And he's gonna race today.
He's still gonna kill everyone.
Still gonna. He's a monster. I wore a singlet. I was gonna take it off and then like, just like.
This is not an occasion.
No.
No. I was just looking for they just flipped the first name and last name. What's that shirt you need?
Coach, why do you get up in the morning and run 5Ks?
To make Ian Bunker proud. Running to him was real. The way he did it, the realest thing he knew. It was all joy and woe, hard as a diamond. It made him weary beyond comprehension, but it also made him free.
Yeah, say anything.
Testing. Test. You test it?
Yeah.
Okay. Test. Is it running?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Does this thing need to be hooked up?
Yeah, it does. Of course.
Okay.
So from the beginning, tell me about how you began to run. Why did it become important to you?
Let me think how to start. Well, I always knew my dad was a runner, and we heard stories about him in high school and college, and he ran at Calvin College, and he was on a state championship cross-country team in high school, so that was always in the back of my mind, but he also played all of their sports, and so did we. My brother and I were much more into soccer and basketball and baseball, especially basketball. I realized more and more that I wasn't going to play for the Pistons someday, but at running I could win the gym class mile and I could outlast everybody, and I found out through different things like this fundraiser race that we had that I would be able to beat everybody, and I could run all day. I wasn't really fast at sprinting, but I had the ability to keep going, and I really enjoyed it. So whereas most of my classmates approached the gym class mile as this torture device, I thought it was a lot of fun.
I remember Christopher getting into running when he was about 10, and despite being about 50 pounds and very undersized for his age, starting to win events and doing well in them, competing well in middle school and getting progressively better.
Come on, Christopher! That's buddy, you can do it, Christopher, you can do it!
I would kind of narrate, do the color commentary on myself, which is probably really arrogant, but I would pretend that I was the latest winner of the Riverbank Run, the big road race in Grand Rapids every year. And of course, I was the only one in the class who even knew the person's name or probably what the Riverbank Run was, but that was the way I was. So I guess I was a track geek from an early age, and that just kept getting stronger through middle school and high school and college, of course. documentary and this recruit, you're gonna have to keep me in check from showing off today. Probably be better if Emily and I were doing something together. Almost ready, Scott?
Yeah.
I'm gonna do 1 200 stride just to make sure I have the right pace now.
Alright. Tell me one thing that you like about Coach.
Nothing. I'm so excited. You couldn't even tell now.
This is the mission. This is big time. No, this is gonna be fun. It'll be very gratifying. I'm gonna read dramatically an excerpt from the greatest running book ever, Once a Runner to the Team, before we start, from the chapter number 32 entitled The Interval Workout. This is my freshman year in the winter at Gulf Shores. That pool was about 50 degrees, but I had to cross train because I was hurt all winter. This is after regionals, my freshman year. This is my junior year in track. That was before I broke my femur. Most flattering picture of my freshman year. This is in Gulf Shores where we'd have our spring break trip. So this is me and Deemer's son, who's now a senior in high school. This is the conference meet. This is the first conference, the Jamboree, over at at Adrian. It's a goofy picture of me and my sister in my cabin at camp. The kids pulled a prank on me. They moved my bed the first year I coached in my cabin at our cross-country camp. That's also at Yankee Springs. They put the bed right up against the door, and then they bought a pool and filled it up and put fish in it. That's the college president. They're awarding or honoring us at the basketball game, putting our banner up in the gym. And that's pretty much it.
Let's go, baby. Koster, any words to the camera? No, Koster! Go get him, Koster! Big time. Koster has his routines. Let's go, baby. Routine, not say anything to the camera. Yeah, pretty much.
I should probably go. I got like 5 minutes.
Can I ask you one more?
Yeah, let's do one more.
Okay.
Definitely. Junior year in college, we had gone through the whole season really with underwhelming performances. This is coming off winning nationals for the first time in our program's history when I'm a freshman, and I was 6th or 7th on that team. I was 6th at nationals, but pretty much irrelevant because 5 of my teammates were All-Americans like a minute ahead of me, and then there was me. So then they all graduated after a really good couple of cross-country and track seasons, and I mean, we lost several guys who had been All-American like 7, 8 times. So now we're juniors, there's like 10 or 12 of us, and we're pretty talented as a group, but we had never really had to break through because we had these older guys who led the charge and were our top guys. So now it's on us to kind of keep the tradition going of this program that for so many years had finished like between 2nd and 6th at nationals but never won. So now we won nationals 2 years earlier. We got to try to keep that success going. So we go to the regional meet. We wake up in the morning and there's a fresh coat of like 2 inches of slushy snow. We come through the mile mark. There's a huge mud puddle, just like a long boggy stretch, and I don't think anyone stepped on me or anything. I just apparently didn't lace my shoes and tape them up tight enough, and one of them just got sucked right off. I didn't really know what to do in the moment, but I was in the lead group and we needed the points, and we really needed to have a good showing that day, a week before nationals. So I just kept running. They didn't know till after I finished. They ran up and they were like, wow, you ran the whole race with one shoe, and they were freaking out because it really was my best cross-country race to date in college. And I think a lot of that was I was more concerned about not falling and basically didn't worry too much about the effort of the race, just keeping up and staying with it, and it was one of my fastest times ever. That was kind of the day where I thought, okay, I can do this, like I belong. And I ran well at nationals the next week, and then the next year was a lot better. But that was the picture. You could choose what you wanted to be on your All-American plaque as your picture. That was the photo that I chose of that race for that reason. That's the lost shoe race. So that picture blown up is my All-American picture. where you can hear and not be distracted. We're gonna have a little story time. It starts when you have lots of good coaches. That makes you want to try it yourself, but also I just knew that I liked working with young people. I heard you too, Shane. I obviously knew I liked running, and I wasn't gifted enough to go on to be some kind of Olympian or professional runner, so how do you stay involved in the sport? I mean, that was a natural fit. I loved it, like right away I could tell it was something that I was meant to be doing. With your hard part, just double back on your jog so you're back with that. Ian?
Yeah, coach.
You know what to do.
No, I don't.
Oh, okay, we'll talk about it. Has anyone ever heard of or read this book? It's a novel.
Yeah.
No one's read this book though. I don't want to worry about whether and I do this because I'm competitive, it's hard not to, but I don't want to worry about whether like I'm better at coaching these people than that coach would be, or I'm better at running than this person. I want to be a servant to you guys and to show all of you, you can do things that you never thought you could do. This is chapter 32. It is called the interval workout. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I'll read a decent amount. Could someone shut that door for me? I think that's the greatest lesson of distance running. And my dad probably started telling me that in elementary school or middle school, that running teaches you you can always do more than you think. Like that should be your mantra. I can always do more than I think, whether it's in a race or a workout or setting goals for a whole season. You can do very nearly anything. Haven't you figured that out yet? Yeah. Look, runners deal in discomfort. After you get past a certain point, that's all there really is. There is no finesse here. I know you can do this thing because I once did it myself. When it was over, I knew some very important things. That you're a lunatic? Maybe. Maybe we all are. But I expect you'll find out in your own way. That's why I'm going to let them do them. I'm going to let you do them by yourself, just the way people do everything that's important. You can slough off if you want, but you'll sure as heck know when you're doing it, won't you? I suppose, he said glumly. I'm going back to the cabin. I'll be back about the time you're finishing up. Swear. That's all I wanted to read to you.
What?
Well, I mean, you know, you should get the whole book and keep reading it, but... Okay, I'll read one more. There have been a lot of different other jobs and career changes and things since then, but coaching has kind of been a constant for me. And there comes a point where we think, you know, okay, we're married now, or we're 30 now, or 25, or whatever. We should probably scrap this thing that we feel the need to do every afternoon and go on and have some kind of like real career where we just bite the bullet and work till 5 every day. But for whatever reason, we just can't give it up. So we make these apparently ludicrous sacrifices so that we can keep showing up and running around fields with kids for a couple hours every afternoon. And I'm glad that I made those sacrifices because I wouldn't be here if I hadn't. I guess what I want to be remembered is bringing people to that realization.